stands out to you?
Well, last Christmas I volunteered with the Salvation Army's toy drive and was helping parents as they came to pick up the gifts for their children. Some of the parents cried with relief. It was an experience that you wouldn't get by just dropping off a toy. It was an experience that also taught me that teens are sometimes forgotten. So, that's my message to you today. Don't forget the teens at Christmas time. Clothes and gift cards are always a good idea.
Yes, well, volunteering has been huge for me as well. I started volunteering with Special Olympics back in grade 10. I coached athletes of all ages in swimming, floor hockey, bocce ball, golf, and yeah, that's it. I took so much away from that experience, and it really gave me a unique perspective. It helped me understand in a new way that not everyone has it as easy as you. It was also a lesson in confidence building. There's nothing as great as helping someone develop skills that help them gain confidence. And what comes out of that are friends I'll have for life.
I think that's the takeaway message we both want to share, is that volunteering can be a life-changing experience. The connections made through hands-on work can positively change you and the world around you.
Community involvement is one of the foundational values shared by present and past youth of the year. And over the last 30 years, this city has produced a lot of high achievers.
And we're lucky to have some of those past winners here with us tonight. Nathan, 30 years is a long time. I did a quick Google search to find out what was going on back in 1989.
Worth mentioning, no one was Googling back then.
No, but it is the year the internet, or the World Wide Web, was born. Taylor Swift was born that year as well. And here in Mount Pearl, I don't think we can talk about 1989 without acknowledging our own claim to fame, the Mount Pearl Curl.
Yep, it doesn't get much bigger than that. Now, Carrie Rodden, who you know from Ellen, wasn't actually from Mount Pearl, but I think that speaks to the popularity at the time, that even the girls from Kilbride were competing for tops there.
There isn't a whole lot of photographic evidence out there online of the Mount Pearl Curl, so I had to go old school searching to find this relic. That is my mom rocking a killer hair day, and I feel like our family photo albums might be locked up with lock and key tomorrow. Sorry, Mom, love you. Thankfully, hair has changed a lot over the last 30 years.
But the core values of the Focus on Youth Awards and the people who win them have stayed the same. With that in mind, here's a look back at some of the winners over the last 30 years, all in about 2 minutes.
Colin Daly.
I think it's only fair and deserving that we take this week and that we take this time and this night to celebrate the accomplishments and the opportunities that are available to our young people here in Mount Pearl.
Probably one of the greatest moments of my life. It was just like knowing that I actually was able to do it instead of just watching from the audience. It just filled me with so much pride and happiness.
The youth here this evening are the leaders of tomorrow. As we were preparing for this event, Michael and I were blown away as we read the bios of all of the nominees.
And Miss Vivian Walsh, the principal of Mount Pearl Senior High, for nominating me.
Tonight we showcase and salute our talented, community-minded, amazing young people.
Thank you all for your support and dedication this evening. And an extra special thank you to the parents in the room, because without you, well, we literally wouldn't be here.
Truly, thank you.
Performing Aus Jungen Tagen from Grieg's lyric pieces, for us tonight, Philip Roberts.
Answering the classic "Where is he now?" question, here he is.
From Performing Arts winner in 1998 to professional musician, please welcome Dr. Philip Roberts. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Dr. Philip Roberts. He's just one of the amazing Focus on Youth alumni who sit along with us tonight. We'd like to take a moment to recognize them by asking them to rise as we call their names. Karen Martin, the Female Youth of the Year from 1990. Andrew Ledwell, the winner from 1999.
Cassie Pittman, the Youth of the Year from 1998. Brian Peach, the 2009 winner. Tyler Flynn, who won Male Youth of the Year in 2012. And finally, Victoria Jackman, our 2015 winner, is also here. And we're pleased to say you'll be seeing her a lot tonight because she is also volunteering as our award presenter. A big welcome to you all.
Please join us in showing these winners some love with a warm applause.
It's great to live in a city where youth achievement is not only recognized, but celebrated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to welcome the Mayor, Dave Aker.
Hi everybody, welcome to the 30th anniversary of the Focus on Youth Awards. As Emily said earlier on, yes, the award show is grown up, but I got to admit, it gets better and better every year. Big round of applause for the organizers here tonight, please. In the city of Mount Pearl, we love to foster a city that nurtures and supports our youth. We kind of like to do that, you know, every day of the year. But on a night like tonight, we gather here and we recognize all of the best that's in our city, from youth accomplishment to the adults that support our youth. And I'm very happy on behalf of council to welcome you all here. And I really, really hope you enjoy the show tonight. To all of those who have been nominated, as the old saying goes, it's an honor just to be nominated, but it needs to be said that there are no losers here tonight. Each one of you has shown perseverance, passion, focus, integrity when it comes to working with our youth, or you as youth have shown all of that in all of your endeavors. You make us really, really proud. And on behalf of my council colleagues, and I might add all of my colleagues are here tonight, I'm very happy to be speaking on their behalf, but we're really glad that you've all showed up to help us honor for the 30th year all of the youth in our city. And I want to end by saying that we have the best two Youth of the Year standing on the stage. I know that's difficult for me to say by singling out two people, but Emily and Nathan have been involved with a lot of what's gone on in the city in the last 12 months. Emily, Nathan, come on out for a second. We've walked a few parades together. We've participated in hometown hockey together. We've done Remembrance Day ceremonies, city days. They've been with us side by side as we participate, us members of council and staff with the city, you getting out to events. They've been standing by us for the whole time, and they've graduated from high school. They've gone to university. They both lifeguard with the city. They lead really busy lives, which I guess kind of tells you a little bit why they got nominated in the first place. So these two winners right here we have in the city of Mount Pearl. I want to say on behalf of the city, we're really, really proud of you, and we thought you've done a great job this year, and I want to congratulate you on a fantastic night tonight, as well as a great year.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. As I close, I do want to reiterate something Emily and Nathan said about the Mount Pearl Awards. We not only recognize those involved with youth here in the city, we also recognize all of the volunteers. We want to make sure nobody goes unrecognized. If you see somebody that you know does a valuable job in the city of Mount Pearl as a volunteer, whether they're in this room tonight or you see them in action, whether it's at a school, with a sports organization, whether it's with a church organization, or just volunteers to help the city out, please consider nominating them. The nominations will open next week, and we're hoping to have an evening around City Days where we honor all of those people that make this city truly great. So I want to thank you all for coming tonight. I want to say to our sponsors, the Eastern Audio, the Newfoundland and Labrador Credit Union, Smitty's, as well as the Mount Pearl Sport Alliance, along with the City of Mount Pearl's Community Development Department, we could not do this without you. And on behalf of council and the residents of Mount Pearl, thanks everybody for having us. Enjoy your evening. Thanks again.
Thank you, Mayor Aker. Now time to get started with the awards. The first award of the evening is all about recognizing excellence in ensemble performance.
First Choice Haircutters is the sponsor of the Performing Arts Group Recognition Awards. Please welcome Mr. Jim Woodman at First Choice Haircutters to present this award.
There are multiple winners in this category, so we'll be inviting one representative from each winning group to come forward and accept the group award, and then to collectively stand by for a group picture.
The winner of the Performing Arts Group Recognition Awards are
O'Donnell's cast and crew of Footloose the Musical. It's a high school production that became a story of support and inclusion after one of the leads, Andrew Heptage, injured his leg. The students and teachers postponed the show and adjusted the choreography to fit Heptage's abilities.
Next is the cast, crew, and band behind Mount Pearl Senior High's stage show, Happy Days the Musical. In addition to presenting public performances at the LSPU Hall, the students also presented matinees for other community schools.
Finally, the O'Donnell High School Jazz Band with Jonathan Hunt, Katie Cousins, Allison Philpott, Caitlin Hocko, Isaac O'Reilly, Elizabeth Davila, Claire Osmond, Claire Tapp, Michael Chiselin, Jenna Grant, and Rebecca Ann Bartlett, all under the direction of Sean Carroll.
Congratulations to all of the nominees. First Choice Haircutters is also the sponsor of the next award.
It takes a community to make big things happen, and our next award is meant to recognize a volunteer mentor who is dedicated to the learning experience of young people in Mount Pearl.
The winner is a longtime Girl Guide who organizes a diverse range of experiences for girls, from ice fishing to touring the historic residence of the Lieutenant Governor to learning about women in science. That's on top of many community support activities that she organizes as a leader for the 9th Mount Pearl Guides.
The winner of the 2019 Adult Volunteer Working with Youth Award is Mary Ann Hounsell.
Our next award recognizes achievement in academics and innovation. The STEM, or Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Award is sponsored by Sunrise Animal Hospital. Please welcome Dr. Dezeyu.
The nominees are
Stephanie Hines, a skilled student and patriot mentor at O'Donnell High School. During her WISE, or Women in Science and Engineering placement at St. Clair's, she studied alongside many healthcare professionals in the radiology department and assisted with the planning and collection of breast ultrasound data to help evaluate breast pain. 1 year ago, she received her Certificate of Doctorate of Mini Med School after completing Memorial University's 6-week overview program.
Next, it's Shane Williams of Mount Pearl Senior High, a high-achieving student and leader in mathematics and computer sciences. Williams served as co-CEO and software and electrical team lead with the underwater robotics team. He was also one of the youngest members of Memorial's Paradigm Hyperloop software team. He has also been recognized for achieving a near-perfect academic average throughout his high school classes.
Our final STEM nominee is Sarah Kennedy of O'Donnell, who has also been recognized for her near-perfect scores and aptitude for science and mathematics. Innovate NL awarded Kennedy with the top RISE prize in the province, a $15,000 research-inspired student enrichment scholarship to attend the Research Science Institute at MIT in Boston. While there, she worked under a chemical engineering PhD student and completed a project that used 3D imaging to essentially observe mini brains grown from stem cells.
The winner of the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Award is
Sarah Kennedy.
Our next award recognizes a young person whose actions improve the quality of life of others. The Royal Newfoundland Constabulary Youth in Service Award is sponsored by the Royal Newfoundland Constabulary. Please welcome Superintendent Sean O'Reilly to present the award. Here are your nominees.
Emily Marsh Mokosh of Mount Pearl Senior High is a loyal volunteer and Sunday school teacher helper at the First United Church. She's also a youth facilitator with the Red Cross program Beyond the Hurt, and adds her energy to many other local community betterment projects.
Michael Chiselin of O'Donnell High School is a multi-talented leader and social bridge builder who serves as many roles in his community. President of the Student Council, chair and youth leader with the Ambassadors, Chiselin works strategically to develop youth initiatives and is often called on to perform as an event host or collaborator. Chiselin has created a number of performance opportunities in his community, including the Youth Musical Ensemble, which he founded and conducts. Chiselin balances all of this while maintaining top grades and tutoring other people.
And finally, Sarah Walsh of O'Donnell High School, an animal lover, volunteer for her church and athletic community. As a member of Patriot Paws, Walsh volunteers to raise funds for local animal shelters. She lends a hand with the various initiatives at the First United Church and also works hard on her personal development as a competitive figure skater and coach. Walsh has been upgrading her skills with various certification programs while maintaining first-class honors.
And the winner of the Royal Newfoundland Constabulary Youth in Service Award is
Michael Chiselin. Congratulations to all of the nominees. It's time now to hear from the winner of the annual Focus on Youth Awards Speak-Off Contest. The contest is worth 20% towards the Youth of the Year Awards application.
Please welcome our first speaker, Emily Marsh Mokosh, with her award-winning speech, Finding Balance. Are we living in a time of overscheduling?
Mom, Dad, come on, let's go. I can't be late. Don't forget that I need to be picked up from school and dropped off at tutoring, and then I have voice at 4:30. Oh, and I have an extra rehearsal for my grad recital. That's at 6, and I have choir at 7, and 2 tests tomorrow, and a project that I should probably start. Oh, and don't let me forget to book off Saturday so I can get fitted for my grad dress. Balance. A condition in which different elements are equal or in the correct proportions. This is a definition that I've yet to master in my 18 years of scrambling from one activity to another. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It was late one night when I sat down to write this essay. Why, you ask? Now, that's a good question, but you already know the answer. We've all been there. How many of us have pushed a project until way too late, or had a night or two where we've absolutely crashed? And how many of us have taken that experience and change the way that we approach future projects so that it won't happen again? We all want to take advantage of every opportunity offered to us, but we rarely think about the ramifications. Teenagers are constantly overbooked. The ICANN Education Project suggests that students spend 30 minutes per subject on homework every night. For someone like me in 6 core courses, that's 3 hours a night. On top of that, many teens are also encouraged to have part-time jobs, help out around the house, join extracurriculars, and we also want to volunteer and give back to our community. Oh yes, and we're told that sleep is important. 8 hours a night for a growing mind. Honestly, I think the last time that I had a decent sleep, I was still in the womb. Sometimes it feels like we need superpowers to get it all done, but it's not just us. Many overworked, loving family members sit behind the wheel of a car, constantly going from one place to another. moving around their schedules to be there for us. I know my mom changed her flights to be here tonight. Thanks, Mom. When we are not balanced, we are in danger of being overstressed, which can compromise our physical and mental health. I know because I've gone to see a counselor when I felt like everything was closing in on me, and she taught me to find balance. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm less busy, just healthier. In this fast-paced, ever-demanding world, everybody's bodies and minds respond in different ways. What's most important is that you find the right balance for you. Being busy is not bad, but when we are so busy that we no longer find joy in the things that we love, then it's time to, like a GPS, recalculate. Helpguide.org tells us that having a good, balanced life reduces stress, improves general health, and state of mind. So be balanced, be healthy, find joy, and love life. Thank you.
And now, please welcome our second Speak Off winner, Cameron Kinsel, with his speech, Technology, is it helping or hurting?
Today's news: sea levels rising, coral reefs dying off, and drought. With these types of headlines, it's kind of hard to be optimistic about the future. But before I go any further, I want you all to ask yourselves, what do you think the world will be like in 100 years? If what comes to mind is something straight out of Mad Max, then hopefully my opinion on that subject can help change your mind. So, what will our world look like in 100 years? Well, to start, I think that technology will advance beyond our wildest expectations. Things like quantum computers and neural enhancements will be a regular part of life, and automation will be all around us, making our lives more convenient and safe. It will be a completely different world. The second biggest change will be in health. In 1911, the average life expectancy in Canada was around 47 years. In 2011, that age increased to 82, a gain of 35 years. That incredible increase is all thanks to the advancements we've made in the field of medicine over the past century. Everything from the first antibiotic to new methods of surgery. By looking at how much we've progressed over these past 100 years, it's kind of exciting to think about how far we'll get after 100 more. Now, I'm no biologist or anything, but a world that's cancer and dementia-free doesn't seem so far out of reach. But I know what you're all thinking. I mean, doesn't this all seem like kind of a far-fetched utopia? I mean, what about things like climate change? And what about wars and global conflict? Won't they affect our progression? Well, you'd be right. Well, there is a lot to look forward to. If we want to get there, humanity is going to have to overcome some hurdles. That automation I mentioned earlier, it's going to take up a large majority of our jobs, which is going to cause massive problems in the job industries. There's the threat that climate change poses, which can't be ignored, and there's the mess of ethical issues surrounding ideas like modifying embryos to create designer babies, and there's so much more. I could go on all day. But think about it this way. Humanity has overcome scourges for centuries and centuries and centuries. Everything from epidemics to natural disasters, we've pulled through. But those issues didn't go away on their own. We had to set aside our differences and work together for the greater good. And we're going to have to do the same if we want the world 100 years from now to be one we're proud of. So, I really do think that in 100 years, the world will be a better place with more luxuries and less suffering. But when it comes down to it, it's impossible to say for sure. I mean, for all I know, the world could be taken over by some out-of-control AI, or we could ditch the Earth for Mars. But regardless, history repeats itself. And so, following with that line of thinking, I believe that as long as we stay united, humanity will be able to foster a world that I would want our future generations to live in. So let me ask you again. What do you think the world will be like in 100 years? Hopefully what comes to mind now is more along the lines of Back to the Future. Because personally, I'm still waiting on those hoverboards they promised us back in 2015. Thank you.
First up, ladies and gentlemen, here is Gavin Hull playing an Andy McKee number called Drifting.
The Visual Arts Award is sponsored by the fine people behind tonight's audio-visual magic. Mr. Brian Ellsworth is here from Eastern Audio to present the award.
The nominees for the Visual Arts Awards are
Lily Bartlett of Mount Pearl Senior High.
Megan Fitzgerald of Mount Pearl Senior High. And finally, Brianna Rowe of Mount Pearl Senior High.
And the winner of the Visual Arts Award is
Megan Fitzgerald. We now invite Mr. Brian Ellsworth to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. Once again, Eastern Audio is very proud to be a sponsor of Focus on Youth Awards again this year. It's always a fantastic event, and congratulations to all the nominees, and thank you very much to Gary and the City of Mount Pearl for letting us always be involved. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ellsworth, for your generous support. Eastern Audio is also the sponsor of our next award tonight, the Youth Volunteer of the Year Award. The nominees are
Claire Osmond of O'Donnell, a dedicated volunteer focused on building awareness around community health and participation. She is the co-chair of the province's only First Responders High School group, chair of the outreach team, and student chair of the Relay for Life fundraiser, which raised over $15,000 for the Canadian Cancer Society. It's not done. Osmond trained to host blood donor clinics and has taken the lead on organizing several blood donor events for her school. She's also a member of student council and sits on many other school committees. As a tutor, Osmond has been tutoring for tuition with children from grades 3 to 6. Outside of school, she also tutors with Holloway Youth Choir. Osmond is an apprentice with the provincially celebrated choir, leading warm-ups, helping manage provincial tours, and now teaching advanced theory to students. Osmond is also a volunteer with the Salvation Army, helping lead a youth group, food drives, and music selection for the band.
Next, it's Michael Chiselin of O'Donnell High School. Well known as the Student Council President, Chiselin is involved in most aspects of the student life at his school and in his community, but is most focused on developing opportunities for youth and arts. As the chair of the Youth Art Committee for the Ambassadors, Chiselin helped reinvent the mandate for the group, laying out the groundwork for more accessible youth arts events in the future. He founded the Youth Musical Ensemble and acts as director and conductor with the group. He was the event director for the Youth Art Symposium, which brought young artists together to inspire more creativity. Chiselin uses his musical skills to brighten the experience of others, including at retirement homes, where he regularly plays for residents. He's a celebrated musician, a pianist with the jazz band, and a trumpeter with the concert band, as well as a multi-award-winning performer at the Rotary Music Festival. He is also involved with a variety of non-arts-based leadership activities. He's a council member with the Federal Indigenous Services Minister Seamus O'Regan Youth Council, the co-chair of O'Donnell High School's Leadership Committee, and a longtime member of the robotics team, currently serving as CEO.
And finally, Catherine Cousins of O'Donnell High, an impressive athlete who has achieved a high level of personal success while balancing her commitment to community volunteer work. Cousins is a leader in the basketball community who, after years of coaching and player involvement, has earned the opportunity to become one of the coordinators with the Mount Pearl Minor Basketball Association. She's a trained and certified basketball coach, as well as a level 1 referee with the Provincial Association. Not only does she receive numerous accolades for her fair play attitude, including the Sportsmanship Award at the Senior High 4A Championships, outside of her work in the basketball community, she is also a member of the jazz band, the robotics team, the Relay for Life organizing committee, a first responder, a member of her student council, and a member of the social outreach mentoring team.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Eastern Audio Youth Volunteer of the Year Award is
Claire Osmond. Our next award is sponsored by Sunrise Animal Hospital. Please welcome Dr. Bejewe of Sunrise Animal Hospital to present the Literary Arts Award.
The Literary Arts Award celebrates one local talented writer who is never short on words.
The winner of tonight's award believes that a good writer is also a dedicated reader. She works on developing her skills in a variety of genres, and inside of her highly developed portfolio, a children's book called Colors, which she wrote and illustrated.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Literary Arts Award is Lily Purchard of O'Donnell High School.
Our next award tonight celebrates teamwork. The Youth Group of the Year Award is sponsored by Young Drivers of Canada. Please welcome Janet Kent from Young Drivers to present the award tonight. The nominees for Youth Group of the Year are
the 31 members of the 807 Mount Pearl Kinsmen Air Cadets. They are involved in numerous community initiatives, from participating in the Battle of Britain commemorations to providing a marching band and a flight of cadets to march in the Remembrance Day Parade, Mount Pearl Canada Day, and Memorial Day parades. As a group, the cadets work hard to support many in the community, including marginalized young people at the Community Youth Network and New Canadians by participating in several citizenship-related activities. They promote youth fitness, development, and community wellness. Individually, several members of the group have been recognized for their exemplary efforts in leadership, athletics, and community involvement.
Next, it's the 13 members of the Mount Pearl Student Council. Together, the group has organized many events to raise money for community causes. Some of those events include a Terry Fox Walk, a Jamarama event, Thanksgiving and Christmas food drives, a community blood drive, a school coffee house event, a Christmas party for the children of staff, and a positive Post-it Day to send positive messages about mental well-being to students. In addition to those special events, the students also organized annual school events, such as dances and Spirit Week activities. As a result, raised thousands of dollars for community causes.
And finally, the 19 members of the Mount Pearl Senior High Soup Kitchen Club. This group does more than prepare mains and desserts for the Wiseman Center. They also send a message that they are cared for. As a part of the program, the students also visited the Wiseman Center to eat with people who depend on their services and to learn about their experiences.
The winner of the Youth Group of the Year award is Mount Pearl Senior High Student Council.
Please welcome the second nominee in the Performing Arts Individual category. Here is Megan Diamond and her trombone with Beulah by Ray Stedman Allen.
It's time now to hand out our athletic awards. Mount Pearl sports organizations and schools are regional in nature and include athletes and volunteers from other surrounding communities.
The Mount Pearl Sport Alliance is the driving force behind the athletic awards. The nominees in this section are judged using criteria that balances achievement in athletics, academics, and leadership.
Carol Ann Kellaway is here to present the next award on behalf of the sponsor, the Mount Pearl Sport Alliance.
The nominees for the Mount Pearl Sport Alliance Official of the Year Award are
Renee Quick is a registered gymnastics judge who has been fostering the development of gymnasts in the province for 11 years. As the chair of Women's Judging with Campia and chair of Gymnastics NL's Judging Development Committee, she has committed hundreds of hours in the last year alone as a judge and as a recruiter of new judges. Her commitment to the development of gymnastics performers and those that support them is second to none.
And Lisa Shepard is an official, board member, and chaperone with the Mount Pearl Marlins. Shepard has now been working her way through the officials training programs and is certified to teach the Level 1 Officials Clinic. As the coordinator of the officials clinics, she is also responsible for the administration of that system. Shepard also travels with the athletes as a chaperone.
And the winner of the Official of the Year award is
Renee Quick. The H.J. Bartlett Electric Company is a long-time running sponsor of the Youth Sports Team of the Year Award.
Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Harry Bartlett, who will present the award this evening. The nominees for the Youth Sports Team of the Year Award are
the 10 members of the St. Peter's Junior High Grade 9 boys volleyball team have certainly had a successful junior high career, finishing with a double three-peat with 3 consecutive years of winning the regional Tier 1 provincial titles and the Burger King Classic Seahawks tournament, on top of the undefeated series of tournaments. The team members have also maintained strong academic scores while balancing a busy schedule of volunteer and community support commitments.
the 17 members of the 2017 to 2018 Mount Pearl Senior High boys hockey team dominated the high school Metro League and provincial play. During the season, they won a lot. They won the Oktoberfest Championship, the Confederation Cup, and the Beaumont Hamel Cup. The team went on an impressive run, winning 42 of the 51 games played.
And finally, it's the Mount Pearl Paradise YBC Bantam Boys Doubles team. At the provincials, they took the gold medal at Plaza Bowl and advanced to the nationals in Regina. As provincial representatives, they won the silver medal. Both boys have very good grades and are committed to practicing to continually improve their skills.
And the winner of the Youth Sports Team of the Year award is SPJH Grade 9 Boys Volleyball.
Our next award was created to honor the spirit of a great man. David Holloway passed away at 68 years old and spent much of his life with us doing what he loved, supporting and mentoring young athletes.
The David Holloway Memorial Award is sponsored by Pearlgate Lanes Youth Bowling Club. From Mount Pearl Paradise YBC, please welcome Jim Bolger, as well as Dave's widow and daughter, Mary Holloway and Michelle Hudson, to present this award.
The nominees for the David Holloway Memorial Adult Volunteer Working with Youth in Sport Award are
Chris Fowler is a coach for both junior and senior boys and junior boys coordinator and assistant program director with Mount Pearl Paradise YBC. Fowler wears many hats and supports players in many ways, from statistics to fundraising to tournament planning to coaching. His ability to develop young players for competition has been widely recognized because he produces results. His team won the provincial gold. Fowler was also selected to represent the province as a coach at the Youth Challenge Nationals in Ottawa.
Next, it's Claudette Whalen of Campia, a familiar and crucial force behind the growth and success of the club. Whalen is the volunteer president of Campia's Board of Directors and Executive Committee, and also sits on the Mount Pearl Sport Alliance Board of Directors as Campia's rep. For the 2018 season, she was also the meet director of Campia's Big Dream Invitational, which hosted teams from across the province.
And finally, Trevor Bejewe. A leader and coach in the hockey community, Bejewe has a busy schedule as a midget and peewee AAA hockey coach. At the Winter Games, he coached and organized on and off ice programs. He has also been working hard to expand the ball hockey scene in the province. He organizes the only ball hockey league in Mount Pearl and also coaches players throughout the spring and summer season. This summer, he'll be taking on a new role with the NLBHA to help develop the ball hockey program across the province. I personally was coached by Trevor in bantam hockey and can attest to his caring and respectful attitude.
The winner of the David Holloway Memorial Adult Volunteer Working with Youth in Sport is Trevor Bejewe.
Congratulations to all nominees. Please welcome our third and final nominee of the Performing Arts individual category. Here is Grace Nolan.
I saw you running in the field as free as any bird. You danced and leaped and soared and smiled, yet uttered not a word. You floated on the fir and spruce upon an August breeze, at peace with creatures of the land, at one with streams and trees. You lay asleep upon the earth and waken with the dawn, and touching lips to cool sweet dew. You turned and then were gone. Oh, no, sad. Oh, no, sad. Oh, let me share with you your trails along clear rivers, in quiet birch canoe. You lived in groves at water's edge, which stars and seasons spanned, laid broken now by angry souls you cannot understand. There was a forest once that rang with whistle and with trill,
next award is the highest honor there is for young athletes in our city. The Focus on Youth Athlete of the Year Awards are sponsored by Spinney's Family Restaurant.
Please welcome Leslie Bennett, who will present these awards on behalf of Smitty's. The nominees for the Female Athlete of the Year are
Catherine Cousins of O'Donnell, a multi-sport athlete and leader in her school and community. She's the starter and co-captain of the O'Donnell Senior Girls Basketball Team and the MPMBA Girls Club Basketball Team. For her hard work and play, she was named Most Valuable Player. For the last 4 years, she has also played as a starter on the provincial team. Cousins also coaches and referees youth basketball. In addition to the sport, she also plays on the O'Donnell High School Senior Girls Ice Hockey Team and the Senior Girls Softball Team. Cousins sits as counselor at large on her student council and helped organize the school's second annual Relay for Life.
Shay Ludo is another outstanding multi-sport athlete. She's the Pearlgate Female Athlete of the Year and also the winner of the Atlantic Under-23 Outstanding Performer Award. As a heptathlete, she won first place in the Canadian Track and Field Championships and third in the Legion's Youth Nationals. She's the Indoor Atlantic Champion and has also achieved high success with the javelin in particular. She placed first at both the Legion Trials meet and the NLAA Age Class Provincials. She is also a prospect for Canada's national Ultimate Frisbee team.
And finally, after a record-busting year, Kate Sullivan has arrived on the national swimming scene as one to watch for the Olympic and world podium success. Sullivan is ranked top 10 in the country for her junior swimming. She raced her way to a bronze national medal in the 3-kilometer open water event at the Canadian Junior Championships in Winnipeg for 15 to 17-year-olds. Overall, she finished as the best 15-year-old female in the country. Her trophy shelf is highly decorated with gold, with top place wins from national, Atlantic, and provincial competitions. Internationally, Sullivan has also captured 2 bronze medals from an invitational in Sarasota, Florida. She's broken 7 provincial records this award season in both short and long course. And for her success, she was named Speedo Junior Female Athlete of the Year for the province. She was also given the Wayne Dyke Award with the Mount Pearl Marlins.
And the winner of the Female Athlete of the Year award is
Kate Sullivan. Congratulations to all the nominees, and a big thank you to Smitty's Family Restaurant for sponsoring these awards. We now invite Leslie Bennett to say a few words.
So this is my second year participating in these awards, and I'm going to start by saying I am honored and humbled to be in the same room with such amazing talent. You guys have a lot to be proud of. I'm going to keep it short. On behalf of Smitty's Restaurants, I would like to congratulate all the nominees. And whether you win or not this evening, you can still walk out of here and feel very, very proud of everything that you have accomplished so far. I'm sure we are seeing our future leaders in this room. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leslie. Smitty's Family Restaurants are also the sponsor of the Male Athlete of the Year Award. The finalists for the Smitty's Male Athlete of the Year Award are
Max Taverner of O'Donnell High School is a multi-sport athlete and captain on both his rugby and hockey teams. He's the starter on the Dogs rugby team, as well as on the Provincial Rock rugby team. This past year, Taverner also represented his country on the under-18 national team. His success earned him the Dogs RFC Junior Player of the Year award. Outside his success in rugby, he also captains his varsity hockey team and plays as an underager on the Junior Blades hockey team, all while maintaining good academic standing.
Kayla Noonan of St. Peter's Junior High is another celebrated multi-sport athlete. In volleyball, he hits both right and left. It's a rare ability that helped earn him a spot on the provincial under-14 team. He's the highest achieving player in the province's Division II, Tier 1. The teams that he plays on consistently land on the provincial podium, and not just in that sport. Noonan has also represented the province as part of the under-14 Mount Pearl Celtics basketball team. At the NBA World Championship Series, they earned a silver medal. That same team also swept the provincials. In hockey, he's a member of the provincial silver medal winning Mount Pearl Blades All-Star team, and Noonan, who seems to be a lucky charm himself, is also on the provincial gold medal winning national baseball team with a long list of wins and medals from the awards season. Noonan was consistently named player of the game and is regarded as a leader on all of his teams.
And finally, it's ice and ball hockey player Liam Marshall of St. Peter's Junior High. He captained the Bantam Tricom AAA team, which won the Atlantic Championships. For his efforts, Marshall earned multiple Defenseman of the Year awards. He was also the assistant captain of the under-15 provincial team, which earned a bronze medal. Additionally, he was named to the Canada Winter Games, which as an underager. In ball hockey, he plays on the Bantam AAA team, which won the league championships. He also coaches novice and pee-wee players at Yetman's Hockey School, all while maintaining award-winning academic standing.
And the winner of the Male Athlete of the Year award is Max Taverner.
Nominees.
It's time now to answer one of the big questions of the night. Who will win the Performing Arts Individual Award?
As we now understand, the competition is especially difficult to judge because all the candidates are award winners in their own right. The Performing Arts Award is sponsored by Reed Music. Please join me in thanking and welcoming Junior Reed, who will be presenting this award. The nominees are
Gavin Hull of Mount Pearl Senior High is also a multi-instrumentalist and highly involved in his school's music program. He plays piano, drums, trumpet, trombone, and guitar, and also played the role of Chachi in the Happy Days production. Last year, Hull won Best Piano Performance at the Kiwanis Music Festival. His talent as a trumpet player was also noticed by a Munn music professor who invited Hull to practice and perform with the university's ensemble, as the youngest member ever to come on board. Hull teaches beginner band and plays with junior band, the chamber choir, the show choir, and jazz band.
Megan Diamond is an award-winning multi-instrumentalist and singer at Mount Pearl Senior High. She's a lifelong musician who started playing piano at the age of 5 and brass instruments at the age of 6. Diamond is a member of the traditional band, jazz band, chamber choir, as well as a member of her school's drama and musical theater productions. In the last year, she taught herself to play the trombone and has since become the lead trombonist in her jazz band. Recently, Diamond had the opportunity to play trombone in the Toronto Santa Claus Parade.
And finally, Grace Nolan of Mount Pearl Senior High has received many awards and accolades throughout her performance career as both a vocalist and pianist. Most recently, she was named the 2019 Junior Vocal Rose Bowl winner. Nolan has been a first-class honors student with the Royal Conservatory of Music program for many years. Her work has also earned her a number of scholarships. On top of her solo work, she is also a member of Holloway Youth Choir and her school's chamber choir.
The winner of the Performing Arts Award for the individual goes to Grace Nolan.
The Credit Union of Newfoundland and Labrador saw value in supporting our community's youth, and that commitment is life-changing for those that have received the honor.
The Newfoundland and Labrador Credit Union sponsors the top 2 awards of the evening and have continued to do so for 30 years. Please join us in giving a warm welcome to Chris Grimes, who is bringing greetings on behalf of the Credit Union.
Wow, what a pleasure it is to be here tonight representing NLCU. I mean, the talent and brilliance in this room is unbelievable. As the next generation's leaders, it's so important to recognize their accomplishments and to give recognition to the youth and the adults working with them while they make outstanding contributions in our communities. NLCU has been proudly sponsoring Mount Pearl's Focus on Youth Awards since their inception 30 years ago. We continue to support the awards because they encourage leadership, creativity, passion, and excellence. We truly value the athletic, arts, activism, and volunteerism community in our province and take pride in giving recognition to the youth that are shining in these areas. On behalf of the Newfoundland and Labrador Credit Union, I would like to offer our sincerest congratulations and best wishes to each person nominated here tonight. Truly, everyone in here is a winner, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. 30 years ago, John Michael Rossiter was named the very first Male Youth of the Year. Rossiter, like so many of the nominees in this room, always put his community first. He was a mentor, a gifted student, an athlete, an actor, a coach, and a tireless volunteer.
After high school, John became a paramedic and served the emergency health services system in Nova Scotia. In September 2003, John died while helping others during Hurricane Juan in Halifax.
This memorial award was created in a way to honor our own community hero, John Rossiter. Please join us in welcoming Mr. Bill Rossiter, as well as Mayor Dave Aker, to the stage to present this legacy award.
The nominees for the John Rossiter Memorial Male Youth of the Year Award are
Michael Chiselin contributes endlessly to his community and as a leader and a communicator. Chiselin is the president of O'Donnell High School, a position he earned after holding 3 executive positions on council. During this time, Chiselin established a position on student council for an international student in order to ensure the diversity of the school was being addressed. Chiselin is a leading player with many of the school's annual activities, and one initiative that he is particularly proud of is his work as committee lead with the Relay for Life. Chiselin is a top student who maintains first-class honors, and his aptitude for learning also helps make him an effective tutor. As a fluent French speaker, Chiselin has helped his peers overcome many challenges in order to maintain their grades. Chiselin's outstanding academics and community involvement went on to earn him the Dr. Gerald G. Hatch Award.
Chiselin is also a leader outside of school and is highly plugged into the political and cultural interests of his community. He represents youth on the Parliament member Seamus O'Regan's Youth Council. Chiselin is also the youth representative on the board of directors for the Association for the Arts in Mount Pearl and the chair of the Ambassadors Youth Art Committee. In that capacity, Chiselin has helped reinvent the mandate for the group and assembled a team of like-minded young people to create youth-inspired arts events. That includes the first Youth Art Symposium. As the event director, he coordinates guests, volunteers, and activities. Chiselin also founded the Youth Musical Ensemble and is the musical director of the group. Chiselin is a multi-talented entertainer whose abilities range from commenting for hockey or Skate Canada with Rogers TV, to hosting community events, to playing piano for residents in retirement homes in Mount Pearl.
Our next nominee is Cameron Kinsel of Mount Pearl Senior High, a dedicated student, leader, air cadet, pilot, athlete, and volunteer. Kinsel's academic performance is near perfect, with averages across the board consistently in the high 90s. He achieved the highest overall score in his school for both Level 3 chemistry and physics, and took the gold in the science fair with his project, Patterns and Probability in Rock, Paper, Scissors. Kinsel is the CEO and pilot of his robotics team and a volunteer with the Soup Kitchen. Outside of his regular school curriculum, Kinsel also takes private Japanese language lessons, teaches martial arts at Max, and coaches Special Olympics athletes in bowling every Thursday night. As a member of MP Seamus O'Regan's Constituency Youth Council, he's also politically involved with his community.
One of the most celebrated aspects of Kinsel's life is his work with the Air Cadet program and the 807 Mount Pearl Kinsman Air Cadet Squadron. Recently, he was named Squadron Commander. As a trained instructional leader, Kinsel teaches classes, leads the squadron band, drill practices, and the drill team. In 2018, he received the Top Drill Team Member and the Top Marksman Awards. For the last 3 years, Kinsel has received gold standing in his fitness tests. This past summer, Kinsel took 2 big things away from his Power Pilot course: his Powers Pilot license and the record for the highest score ever in Atlantic Canada on the Transport Canada test. He was recognized with an Air Force Association Medal for being the top cadet in the Atlantic region and Power Pilot Scholarship Program. He also received a bursary for his outstanding performance. Outside of flying, he is also an award-winning speaker. Kinsel took first place in the Regional Air Cadets League Effective Speaking Competition. And for the last 2 years, he has also won the Speak Off Awards here in Mount Pearl.
Our last nominee for Male Youth of the Year is Jonathan Hunt of O'Donnell High School, a dedicated student, volunteer, athlete, and communicator. Hunt is a French immersion student who, while taking a challenging course load, consistently lands in the top 5% of his class. He has received a number of accolades for his academic work, including Student of the Month Awards and a Kayla Math Contest Award, as well as the Johnson Horizons Leadership Scholarship. Hunt is highly involved in his school community and dedicates his time to a variety of initiatives. He's a member of School Council, the First Responders, the O'Donnell Outreach Team, French Club, and the Relay for Life team. As the host of the O'Donnell Morning Show, Hunt is up early to assemble the news and announcements he needs to broadcast to his school. During lunch and after school hours, he's usually busy in the music room because he's also a member of the jazz and concert bands, as well as the O'Donnell Choir.
Hunt is an active community member, and he is just as active in school. He volunteers with the soup kitchen at the Cornerstone Church. He's a leader at the Park Kids Children's Program, a station leader at the VBS program, a musical volunteer at Park Avenue Church, and he also volunteers at Hillcrest Seniors Home. Hunt is also an athlete, playing soccer, baseball, and hockey. He even picked up the Hockey Moms Player of the Game Award. He's also a strong swimmer and a lifeguard. Hunt is often called upon to act as the master of ceremonies for Mount Pearl Youth Action Team events. And as a committed member of the youth community, he was invited to and attended the Next Generation Leadership Conference, as well as the Me to We Day. Hey Nathan, are you sure you're ready to give up your award?
Don't think I have a choice. The winner of the John Rossiter Memorial Male Youth of the Year Award is Cameron Kinsel.
Walsh of O'Donnell High School is a hard-working student, volunteer, athlete, and coach. For the last 3 years, she has consistently earned first-class honors. She's earned her bilingualism certification and has been actively involved in co-curricular activities with the French Immersion program. Walsh is also a member of the school and church groups, including Patriot Paws and Sunday Nights at Church Youth Group. As part of the First United Church Group, Walsh volunteers with a number of initiatives, from organizing safe Halloween events for children to designing greeting cards and homemade goods for seniors at local homes in order to brighten their days. She's even made Christmas bags for inmates at Her Majesty's Penitentiary to help the incarcerated feel hope as they start new lives.
Walsh is also a competitive figure skater. She placed first at the Atlantics at the Elizabeth Swan competition. She also placed second in the provincials that same year. At the Genesis Open earlier this year, Walsh placed second at both the Elizabeth Swan and provincial competitions. After skating and volunteering with the Mount Pearl Paradise Skating Club for 5 years, Walsh is now a can skate and freelance coach. In preparing for this milestone, Walsh completed her coach training and Respect in Sport Activity Leadership certification with Skate Canada. She's also a national lifeguard and CPR trained.
Our next nominee is Sarah Kennedy from O'Donnell High School. A gifted student, leader, and gymnast, as a French immersion student, Kennedy has challenged herself with an advanced course load and consistently achieves near-perfect scores in all of her STEM subjects. Her hard work has been rewarded with many unique opportunities. Kennedy's high scores in mathematics competitions, such as Pascal and Kayla, as well as the first place finish in her school in the Fermat competition, resulted in an invitation to the Blunden Seminar at Memorial University. She was also awarded the prestigious $15,000 scholarship, Research-Inspired Student Enrichment, or RISE Scholarship, for Innovate NL to attend the Research Science Institute held at Massachusetts University of Technology, a program that selects a very small number of top-achieving candidates from around the world.
While at MIT, Kennedy worked with a chemical engineer on a very current project, essentially observing mini brains grown from stem cells using 3D imaging. She was also offered a position at the Shad Valley program and has earned her silver-level Duke of Edinburgh Award. On top of her academic abilities, she is also a competitive gymnast. Kennedy trains 23 hours a week to compete as a level 9 gymnast. She's been a member of the provincial team since she was 10 years old and has performed at the Atlantic and Eastern competitions. On top of her own performance training, she's also a judge and a volunteer coach at Campia. In that capacity, she works with younger athletes on how to behave, train, and develop necessary discipline and work ethic to succeed.
And our last nominee of the evening is Elizabeth Davila of O'Donnell High School. She's a gifted student, leader, volunteer, and basketball player. Davila has maintained first-class honors throughout her great high school career, and at the time of this award submission, she held a 95% average. Aside from her academic work, she is involved in a wide array of school activities. She's a member of the Student Council, the Emergency Response Team, the Entertainment Captain with the Relay for Life Volunteer Committee, and a member of the Grad Committee. She's also a multi-instrumentalist, highly involved in the music program, playing first trumpet in the jazz band. She's also a piano player who regularly participated in the Kiwanis Music Festival.
Given all of that, it might surprise you to learn that she spends most of her time playing and coaching basketball. At school, she is a 2-time MVP of the O'Donnell basketball team. Outside of school, she's a 5-time member of the provincial team and current co-captain of the U17 team, which won the Keith Keating Memorial Tournament in 2018. Davila began coaching a few years ago and now works as a full-time summer camp coach with the NLBA. She's the assistant coach for the girls under 14 program and a volunteer coach with the Mount Pearl Minor Basketball Association. She's also an official and works the score sheet and clock for various tournaments.
So that first responder training all makes sense now.
Yeah, and aside from all of that, she's also been involved with MUN's MedQuest summer program, which is centered on skills in the medical field.
Wow, that's some serious competition. Before we go any further, congratulations to all the nominees here tonight. For being nominated itself is a huge honor.
The time has now come to reveal the last award winner for the evening. The winner of the Mount Pearl Female Youth of the Year Award is
Sarah Kennedy.
I would just want to recognize both Nathan and Emily for the great job that they've done. They were fantastic ambassadors, and I want to say congratulations once again. One final round of applause, please. They were great as MCs. And on behalf of the city, I'd like to present you with a little token of our appreciation for a great year and a great night. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The following program is brought to you by Rogers Anyplace TV.